Cookie, Cookie. Oh, she's gone. Cookie, Cookie, come here. Come on. Who's fast dog? So I just got back from Hamburg for the week, and Cookie got a couple walks in, but she didn't get her daily with me. So she is pumped. And today is June 29th, and Cookie's gone. She's leaping around. She's gone. She won't get too far ahead, but she's just pumped. You should have seen her. I should have started taping like 20 seconds earlier, because she was jumping around the backyard and like running circles around. Oh, there she is. What's Cookie doing? The ground just kind of feels a little like it's not wet, but it's kind of got a dampness to it. Always move the sticks and stuff out of the way. There's a few sticks on the path here. Yeah.
We did go walking one day and to come home to the woods, but I went straight to eat bugs.
I don't have any on me now. Huh. I wear this kind of blue sleeve shirt that's got a hood that we got on Hawaii once. Extremely light. There goes Cookie way up ahead there. The river's flowing, but this is low, relatively compared. Just make sure she went the right way here. Yeah, look at Cookie, you're going down the wrong path over there. Cookie, let's go this way. Cookie, come on. She might be having no, she's not. Come on, let's go. Who's fast? Who's fast? Who's the fastest? Good dog. Good dog. So when I left on Sunday, I had the night flight out to get there Monday. And she recognized the suitcases, and she knew I was leaving. And she had her ears tucked down, and she saw me off, which was nice. But then when I got home last night, I didn't get back to the house until Friday night, which was 1 a.m. Saturday time. And Laurel was just up. I guess you heard me come in, did you?
Uh-huh.
All right. And it was nice because Cookie sleeps in our bedroom with us. And she usually barks when someone's coming up the stairs. And I'd been gone for pretty well a week. And she didn't bark at all. I came into the room and she was just so happy and wagging and saying hi, and it's kind of nice to get treated by your dog that way. So this is the typical route. I think when I started taping back right after Christmas when I got the GoPro, I've been coming in from the far end from a street walk, and then kind of cutting back and forth, and you know, you get your miles in and everything. And now, and then do this big beautiful loop. So you're going to see pretty well the entire circle. We'll go from end to end because it's kind of a long conservation area, but not so wide. It kind of runs north-south for the most part. So we're close enough going in the north from south up, and the one side is there. You can see the houses as we go across here where Cookie's having her poo, and well beyond those trees but not too far beyond is the streets that we are on. So it's kind of reasonably not too wide, but the length that you get to hike is kind of up and down. I love this though. If you look at the ground here, we're kind of getting back into the deciduous trees, but it's still mostly pine, which is nice and soft to walk on. And then our first major hill to climb. It doesn't look that big in the camera, but it's a bit of a hike. Not terrible though, just enough to be good for your quads. Okay, good dog, let's go up the hill. Come on, okay, you come with us now. We're just gonna go. I'll hold it level so you can kind of see how steep it is. Good climbing though. I don't really need the walking stick, but I just kind of like having one. You know, you just find these things in the woods and about the right length. In the winter, it's good to have one because every once in a while you get some ice. Especially every once in a while you have to step on the rock, different rocks, and they ice up. I think the other reason I had to get a summer walk in because you've seen the contrast of how thick it gets back here. This is full flora. I guess that pond's dry. We'll have to see. Our ducks will probably have to find a new home. Okay, you're running up ahead. Well, these tiny little red flowers with mushroom spores, I guess. They always seem to just kind of grow on the path and stuff here. They're pretty. Don't know much about them though, if they're toxic or not. So this path here, one of our nether major forks in the road. I'll show you the areas that we've come out of before. But I'm kind of sticking to the outer perimeter for most of the entire walk today. Not quite, because I don't want to take the shortcut when we get back. But if I go this way, you kind of stick to the outer perimeter, and that'll take us right to that other entry point. And you can see the blue marking on that tree there. We're going to come out this way. So we're going to do a big loop around over Indian Rock and come down this nice rocky ridge trail here. What you kicking up? Nice and wide through here. I remember in January though, after the snows was melting, we didn't get a lot of snow, but the ground was kind of frozen and a lot of the water wasn't seeping into the ground. It was so flooded through this area. You can even see, look at the color of the leaves. The kind of the brown water stained. Big rocks like that throughout the entire forest, throughout New England, but certainly this area. We have a trip to London, going to go see a Steve Hackett concert where he's touring The Lamb Lies Down on Broadway, the old Genesis album, and he was the guitarist. And he's doing some solo stuff and then mostly featuring, we won't do the whole album, but highlights from The Lamb, which probably means, you know, 75% of it.
Hey, this is just a note from editor Ryan. This trip has already happened. I'm very behind on editing these things, but he had some photos he wanted me to show you guys, so I will put those up on the screen. I have one of Royal Albert Hall, one of like a bird's eye view of London, and I can also just probably throw some photos in from the trip. So here you go, 1, 2, 3. And now back to the video.
Oh yeah, all these rocks here, they get slippery and everything. And you know when you get down here that this is where the bend is, as soon as you see these rocks that you have to step on here. Right through there at the end is Concetta, which is still Franklin, that goes on to Wampanoag and Lost Horse, the 2 streets. But when you get here, this is, if you went straight up here, that's leaving the grounds. We take this turn here, and we are going to go parallel to Lost Horse Trail. Interesting, this tree here that fell. This one here is the one my wife and I moved, because that was across the path and it was heavy, but we kind of inched it across until we finally got it over here. But then after, this one came down, and one time we came through, and it's gone now, but there's a lot of chips and stuff, and you can see the way it's been eaten. We had some friends visiting from Canada about 3 weeks ago now, and they're kind of in, you know, north of Toronto by a few hours. Pretty, you know, more not remote, you know, there's towns and stuff around, but you know, certainly in the woodsy kind of area. And Janet was showing me some pictures of this woodpecker and what they do to some of the trees around there, and it looked exactly like that. So I'm guessing a woodpecker excuse me, a woodpecker probably got at that, started looking for the little grubs and stuff. Not a big one that needed moving, but may as well move it, because it just looked the same, the way they peck at the tree and the way all the the peckings land on the ground below, because I couldn't figure out what it was before, but a woodpecker makes perfect sense. It's another one. Just clear these things out, you know, as people come through. Keep the path as clear as possible. As I mentioned, I moved that tree back there. Was the biggest one I've ever moved, and Laurel helped me with it. But there's a couple guys out here, great guys if you ever see them, and they come back here with their chainsaw. Every once in a while there's a tree so over the path, you just have to, it's so intrusive, you have to really cut through the bush to get past it. And you know, these guys come out here with their chainsaw and just clean it up. And here's one of the great rocky ridges here. And you can see how high up we are, near the top of the trees, right? So it'd be quite a fall if I did go down there. But it's just beautiful. Every time I walk here, I always have to stop here. As many times as it's been now, but I've never once seen a deer down there. If there was, it would be the perfect place to kind of sneak up on one, because they'd never hear you coming from the path that we just came up here. Let's go. Okay. She's so comfortable out here. We don't even put her collar on. The only reason for collar, she got lost, so she's got her ID tag on it. But we're just so comfortable with her. I don't even worry about that. I don't know if she minds wearing it, but I'm sure having nothing on her is probably preferable. Doesn't get too far from us. If she lags behind too much, you call her, she'll come. If she gets ahead too much, she recognizes it, stops and waits for us. Smooth this guy out of the way. Okay, this is the path now that loops around. In about a minute here, we're going to see the base of Indian Rock. So we're heading home now, right? We're back, walking back in the direction of our house. Where those rocks were behind us was as far north as you can go. I'm not sure my orientation is perfectly right, but as far up that length of it as you can go. And we're coming back this way. And the houses you see here now, we're on the other side. So these are the houses that are on the same side of the forest as our house. In fact, that house through there, won't dwell on it, but that's on the exact same street that we're on. And there goes Cookie just up around the bend. Well, let me just pause. You can see it. I don't know if you can kind of see the rocks through here, but that's Indian Rock right up there. So next major hill to climb. Cookie's making her way up. I'll try to hold the camera level again so you get a sense for how steep it is. It's not brutal. If you're even a novice hiker, this is easy. Just a hill. You can see the rock right there, the base of it. You wouldn't want to fall off it, obviously, and I'm sure people did in the battle. Back when this was Wrentham Village, 1660s. First battle with the settlers and the natives. Last week it was so funny. I came this way 2 weeks ago when I was home, and Cookie actually scampered up this side of the rock here. She never does that. I always walk around this way. Come on, Cook, let's go up the rock. Let's go. Come on, let's go up the rock. And if she needs a rest, she's kind of got a spot here that she likes. I ripped away some of the dead branches from this tree here so she can sit here, but I think her energy's good today. But let's show you the top of the rock. Reflecting pool. Down there's the path that we just came up. So quite the fall. And the battle, certainly through these woods. But from what I understand, a lot of it was actually on this rock. Did Cookie go down the other side already? Oh, good. She's pumped up today. always walk on the rocks when I go through here. Oh, she's up there. I see her. You hope she finds the way? Oh, yeah, yeah. And again, you don't even have to go down the rock here. If you see right here, go down the other side. There's even steps right here. I use my walking stick. I just put it beside me here and sound like an old man when I'm saying that. I'm actually pretty good at walking without it, but it's just nice to. I like having it. Even keeps your, your arms swinging a little bit more. But these rocks are so porous, as I said before. Even when they're wet, they're really not that slippery. I shouldn't say that slippery. They're really not slippery at all. So you get good traction. I've never slipped once walking through here. I've tripped, not fallen, but not lifting my feet high enough, and you can see the ground is by far means not even, right? Roots and little rocks and stuff. Oh, she's already gone.
I didn't see it.
But you can see there's ridges and stuff. So you just got to watch your step through here. The rock face that Laurel's talking about is when we come here, and I'll show you, we're going to kind of go up here and then go through. Yeah, okay. And this is where Cookie goes. Good. So she'll come up here and actually climb it, and she actually slips a little bit, like feet scampering, but she gets up, and when she gets up she sits on the top here. I guess it's about maybe 3.5 feet tall. Like that's almost arms straight out. I'm down, my arms down a little bit here, but it's just awesome. Now the human path, nice and easy here, and you can see the blue marker up here. This is the Blue Ridge Trail. You've heard me talk about this before. I think many times I've taken you through here coming from the other angle. So the Blue Ridge Trail, we're kind of at the bottom of it, and really the rest of the hike through here now is most hilly, but nothing challenging. Before we climbed Indian Rock, right at the last section where Cookie kind of almost went past us, if we went down there, that would have been hugging the other side of the trail. We're going to come back to that point, so I'll show you where it is. But this path we're on right now, the Blue Ridge Trail, is my favorite part of it. I like all of it. I like the river. I like the valley because I often see deer there. But I just like climbing over those rocks. Oh, it's a good dog. What is Doggy doing? The intersection that I showed you was here. If you recall, and I mentioned we would do the big loop. I think I gestured to it. We did that big around, came back down there, and that blue marker is the Blue Ridge Trail. So we came up this way, and this is really the only piece of trail we're going to walk twice on, just because we're going to come down here, and I'll show you where we came onto this little piece of trail. It only goes up here around the bend, but where we're going to go straight. So this is where we came up. You can see that red marker on that tree up ahead there. That's where we came up. So the big hill, the first hill I climbed, steep one is there. So this trail here is the Easy Blue. This cuts across from that perimeter on one side to the perimeter on this side, which takes us to King Philip. Well, with Cookie so far ahead, it's good I've got you in front of me now. People are watching you instead of Cookie.
I do my running in here, but I probably trip on a rock.
You need to watch your step, definitely. Here she comes. What were you doing up there? Cookie. And this path here takes us down to Danny's secret passage. You going to come? You getting tired? You're doing good. You're doing good. Oh, the tail is still pointing up. I haven't seen any larger animals out here in a while. All the smaller stuff. I rarely bring the camera with me, obviously. I'm trying to document this and hopefully people enjoying it and liking what it looks like through here, and maybe it's a snapshot in time. If these woods ever change, over time someone's recorded it, just so it's out here. Again, Paul, great guy. He built this. Got the pallet, reinforced it, put legs on it, put the logs in here to make it step up. So what a good guy, man. You know, just does it, right? It's awesome. And look at the tree, I mean the brook here coming through here, the trees, a nice little, kind of swampy. I did hike through the bush there one time just to see where, you know, follow the river. But this goes right down here, flows into Mill Creek, which flows into the Charles River. That is the same Charles that goes through Boston. On the other end of Franklin, there's the Charles River Valley. So while the Charles River starts in Bellingham, kind of next town upstream, Franklin's the second town that it sees. And by the time it gets to Franklin, it's got some good amount of water in it, recognized as a real river, and collects other tributaries along the way and everything, but that's one of them. That's cool, right? The Charles River. Look at you with your energy, and we're almost done. Okay, so we're getting up to the top here. I remember before with that green triangle, and when we got to the bottom before Danny's secret passage, and I said that was the shortcut. That takes you right out here where Cookie's trying to escape on us, and she's falling in the road. But that's it. That's the official trail. This is more the trail that basically takes us to our house that no one but us and my buddy John next door ever walk on. So I'll turn this off here. If you watch, thank you again. Please share. You got relatives that can't hike back through here, or grew up around here and they've moved far away from Franklin and they want to see it, or you got someone who, I don't know, just can't get out of the house anymore but miss the old trails. Please share. All right, thanks.